Soon as we step on the mic, man, you notice the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the community, personal, and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I'm your host, Coco, and joining me is my co-host, DJ extraordinaire, Big Boscoe from the Bronx.
Yep.
And tonight we're going to do a different introduction for this young lady because she is tonight the co-host of the co-host to the host.
Basically, she's the co-host.
Because I don't know how long I'm gonna last. We have the beautiful, the creative, one of Baltimore's best artists, the Jude.
Yo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, no problem. You know. That's what sisters are for.
How y'all doing?
All's good, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah. So today is going to be pretty much somewhat of a continuation of last week because there were some things that came about and we didn't really get to finish because, of course, it's a lot. And there are a lot of perspectives, tensions, and things like that going. Also, a lot of things have happened recently. I think that it has not only affected each one of us in some way, but also our community, society, the universe. Well, not the universe.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that. And I guess we can jump right into it. You want to do mental check-in or you want to do your thoughts?
Either one, don't matter. My thoughts is going to be like 30 seconds at the most. So.
Okay. All right, well, let's do mental health check-in. I'll go first. I think I'm pretty much the same, but I'm okay. Physically up and down. Mentally, I'm okay. Just gotta get through some things. Just a little bit of pain, but you know, it's okay. But for the most part, I will say I'm in a good space. It's not like, let me clarify something. Can I clarify one thing? I ain't mentally fucked up. So because I had to make sure that that's clear. When we do these, it's not that, you know how you have your like good days, bad days, and then indifferent. And then you may have life events that happen that may that may just happen. So it's like that. So I think I talked about being an accident, going through like therapy, like PT and all of that stuff like that. So it's always like up and down, and you still deal with those things. I haven't been able to like go to work, so I'm like bored. So I'm looking forward to hopefully going to work soon. So those things kind of take a toll, but I'm excited that I'm like in my last class, graduate soon. Looking forward to that. So that's something that's like a positive. So I kind of take the good with the bad. One thing I always, no matter what's going on with me, I try to stay in good spirits. And I think anyone who knows me knows I try to see the light even through anything. So it's never that I'm in like, oh, she just go. No, I'm good. I just have those moments, and I think when we do these, it's good to not be okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's it.
Jude.
I'm living. That's
That's it.
all I can say. I'm living. I'm here. I'm trying to make the best out of it. That's about it.
All right.
Oh, I do want to say this. I'm noticing that a lot of people, before these things going on in the world, like a lot of people still scared to go to the doctors. Go to the doctors.
Cool.
You know, um, trying to find out since COVID, it'd be hard for people to find out certain things, and I know like myself, I'm a healthcare worker,
Mm-hmm.
but go to the doctors. You feel something, go to the doctors. You unsure, go to the doctors. That's just where my mental health check is today. Don't worry about the healthcare system.
Okay.
People.
Basically, mine falls in right after what Jude said. Go to the doctor, y'all. And actually, I'm gonna go last because my thoughts basically carry from that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let those two go. Let Paul and Mike go next.
Well, welcome, Michael. I'm sorry, Mike. I
Hello. How are you?
got real kindness.
I
Hello,
see.
Mike. Hi,
Can you
Paul. Welcome.
can you hear
Good
me?
evening. Good evening.
Yep.
Did you? I mean, this is like optional. You guys don't have to. Did you guys wanna? Had started with like the mental health check-in. Did you guys want to participate or no or pass?
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm having a well. You can go ahead and go to Mike. You go ahead and go first.
Oh, I'm having an all right day.
Mike said he don't have bad days.
No, I'll be
Okay,
too peaceful.
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, I'll be too peaceful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got my hair cut, chilling,
See,
looking
you got
a little
fresh
human
fade.
again. Yeah,
I
looking a
see.
little human again.
Got the yeah.
Okay.
And no, I mean, my mental health is good. I mean, I lost my grandfather, but
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. That just came
Prayers,
across my
man.
feed up yet today too. I
I'm
was
yeah,
like,
sorry.
I missed that. Yeah.
I mean, he was 99 years old, so it's cool.
Oh hey, good life.
Yeah, then all my cousins and us, we was just talking, but it's cool. We all right.
I'm trying to get to 99. I'm trying to get to 100. So hey, I want that energy
I
he
mean,
had too.
you got to drink some moonshine and drive a 1972 Cadillac. You feel me?
Hello.
So
I'm in the area that has it too, so I'm about to go holler some of the dudes out here.
That's that old school driving in the back, son who cut.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He made the 99, so he's seen a lot of moonshine in his day, man.
Yeah, he was born in 1925. So
Yeah.
no, but I'm doing good. Laughing and joking with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yes, I think because I handle death so differently, like my family. So everybody be thinking we be mourning. We Gucci, man.
Right.
But he is my last living grandparent. So
Yeah.
all of them gone now. So
yeah.
And I was blessed to have two grandfathers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My grandmother was a player. You feel me? So my mother's father, I met him first, and just I learned like listening to like my sisters and all that. Like you don't really know like the impact of your grandparents had on you. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't like you don't know until you like sit down.
Yeah.
So I found out where I get my slick talk from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The reason why if I get in an argument, I hop in my car and leave. I got that from him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got my love of guns from my nana. Like she'll shoot you in a heartbeat. And I got my love for knives from my other grandfather. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like this grandfather, like he was 5'5". He like the shortest guy I know. We used to call him we used to call him the leprechaun. So
oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So he was
It's
the
always the
coolest.
short grandparents.
It's always you always get that one.
yeah, like he was the coolest, slick talking, trash talking. He the only guy I seen bounce a basketball on grass. So
them are the ones that cut
They
you
be
too.
the one. And my grandmother was 4'11" and wore tux like Gary, because you like Gary Coleman. I swear to God.
Short dudes will cut you in a minute.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah.
We gotta get back on track because I don't know how long I'm gonna be a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let Paul go. So I know you guys joined late. I'm in a little bit of pain. So I'm gonna try to stay in as long as we can. So we can kind
where
of
your drugs at?
I don't do that. So
What did Jude just? Thank you, Jude. I'm gonna say, what did Jude just say?
I'm telling
Pass the Dutchie, my friend.
So listen.
you.
I had you covered, friend.
We gonna try to stay afloat, stay a course. Well,
Hey, I must say, I feel, first of all, my prayers and condolences go out to you, my brother, Mike.
Thanks.
Uh, I must tell you, I'm feeling pretty good because I'm just watching everything as it goes. I'm just watching everything as it goes. So I'm just gonna leave that at that. But I'm feeling pretty good. Because what I'm gonna say is gonna be what we're gonna be talking about. So I'm feeling pretty good.
okay.
I'm Gucci right now. I'm Gucci. I got my medicine.
All right, I'm good.
Yes, Paul.
My mine carries on to what Jude said about go to the doctor. And like I posted on Facebook, I'm going through andropause, and a lot of people don't know about andropause. Andropause is it's the male version of menopause. We have hot flashes, and trust me, I never laughed at a woman that had hot flashes. And now that I'm having them, I know why I didn't laugh. Because when they hit you, it's like somebody just took a big ass lighter, a big ass torch that big, and it's like it lasts for like 30 seconds, and there's nothing you can do about it. You bust out of the sweat, and all of a sudden you're back to normal. Like I had one just a few minutes. I took my hoodie off a few minutes ago. Go to the doctor, y'all. And y'all, some of y'all know I got prostate cancer, but mine is contained, so I'm good. But go to the doctor because you don't know what's going on. You may say, I feel great, but there's parts of your body that you don't feel nothing. And before you know, like I got a friend now, B-Next Philly, he had stage 4 and he didn't know. He just found out like a year ago. And he didn't know. He went to the doctor, said, hey, I'm having a problem urinating. And these are my thoughts right here. So we leading on to we actually starting the show. He went and got checked out, and they said he had stage 4 cancer. I forgot what type he has, and I got another veteran friend, same things. A lot of my friends who were military, they got stage 4. For me, I'm blessed that I don't have that. I caught mine like right then, so I'm treatable. And they said I have a 96% survival rate past 80, which is great. So with them, they even said they're not going to make it that far. Hopefully they will, because they say they don't have any. Their chemo are doing great, and the levels are going down. So that's great for them, because that means, they're beating and it's going into remission. So go to the doctor. When you get 40 years old, 50, go see that doctor once a year. Let them know, hey, doc, I need a blood test. Because that blood test will reveal everything. Those are my thoughts. Hi, Coco. Are you there?
I thought she was going to keep on going until. Okay, well, okay. So
Y'all gotta make up your minds.
You feel me? I'm all listening. I'm looking like
y'all need to hurry up because I don't know how long I'm gonna be here.
No, because you like my thoughts will go right into it. I'm thinking you will run right in. Okay, well, whatever. Hey, boom. So, the first topic is, of course, what was a hot topic this week was the alleged freeze. So we went through several things with this government fund freezing. It went into the freeze was supposed to go into effect of all government funds, and then it was supposed to go into effect at 5 p.m. the other day, and then it was blocked for like a week, and then today it was announced that it was rescinded. I'm gonna just get out my little. You timing us, Bosco, because that's your job. All right.
Yeah, you
My
good.
little 3 minutes. So, and it ain't even gonna be 3. My whole my whole thing about it was, what got me about it was kind of fucked up. And I think the main thing that everybody focused on was government assistance, and everybody sticks to medical assistance, SNAP benefits, and things like that. Those things like the under the umbrella of welfare. Nobody considered healthcare facilities that are funded by the government. Nobody considered the agencies who process these checks, Medicare, nobody considered none of these other things. That's student aid. It's a lot of things that we do day to day for our livelihoods that's funded by the government. This little plaque getting on my nerve. By but that's funded by the government. And it's not just people who are on government assistance who are affected, people who work, who livelihoods, such as myself, who work for FQAC. Our jobs could possibly be on a line if this should come up again. And people say, oh, don't depend on this, and the third. But you have people, the working citizen. So you saying, okay, this is still your livelihood. So we still have to work to provide services to people who utilize these benefits and all of these things. So we are still heavily affected. And I've mentioned this several times before. And everybody was like, oh, well, this is, but I didn't see an outrage like how it was outraged over TikTok. And I know that's very, really cliche, but I find it kind of baffling and concerning about the selective outrage in that. And then it should be an eye opener as well. Like, yes, get upset, but also be aware and also be prepared for if this should come about, put a plan in place of what you can do or what you should be doing now. Okay, it's been rescinded, but what steps do you need to take now in case this happens again to have another plan? What can we do as a community to be better in case this happening? Because going on rants and being mad at each other for having different perspectives or a different way of thinking is not the answer. That's my time.
All right, who's next?
I just want to say.
Oh, okay.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike. Go ahead. Backing up what Coco said, a lot of people didn't think that it was going to affect the children and the healthcare system. Just imagine waking up one day and you need to go to your doctor's office and you can't. Just imagine one day needing to go to the emergency room and you can't. Not that they're full to capacity, but the necessities that we need aren't there. We already fighting to get people to be seen, just on the back end of like working in the healthcare system. So I don't work for the school system, but to see that it's scary when the hospitals and clinics and things are alerted too, because a lot of people don't realize the amount of funding they come in from that. Just like negotiating, getting money from other countries. But if we are beefing with and disagreement with other countries, our healthcare system suffers for that. Like, no bullcrap.
Right.
On the back end, they all work together. I don't know like the logistics to it, but it make me want to look more into it, because I know that the foreigners, foreign countries, rich people, everybody. I'm gonna be honest with you. Funds your healthcare system. The government ain't gonna tell you. Not the government. Not the government. All the government stuff about the healthcare system sucks. And then I'm gonna close it out because I don't really got too much. I really don't like what's going on with that. Like the whole pause. They confused. It look unorganized. It looks stupid. It's confusing. But I want to say, whatever you good at, master it. This is the time for you to master whatever you good at. I don't care if it's making paper airplanes. You better make the best paper airplanes you can, because you're going to have to utilize your skills to survive on top of the stupidness that's going on in this country. And it ain't only Donald Trump's fault. It takes a whole bunch of people to make a decision, but the government's so confused. They beefing over these decisions.
Beef with each other, right?
It looks so crazy. It's so hard to keep up with. And then I seen somebody fighting. I thought, Paul, was that down there with y'all? They was fighting. The mayor and her boyfriend was fighting. It was a brawl. That was y'all. I don't know who it was. I missed them. All right, we'll get to that. But that's all I got to say. And
they tear shit up, and we fight here and ask them
No,
to tear shit up.
that wasn't
the man. They was talking about the man's the black woman. I don't know what
no,
you did. I know the back of
We
the
tear
story.
shit up. We tear shit up
Hey,
here. We don't.
no, that's not us.
They tore shit up down there. She got up from
Now,
behind the
white people
domestic
tear
violence.
shit up here.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. All right. Well, this some black people shit. But yeah, I wanted to
Yeah,
ask
they
that. I
gonna-
wanted to ask that before I forgot again. But I was like, oh, was that y'all down there beating up people? They was fucking people up. All right, but I reclaimed my time.
No,
That's
that's not
all.
a.
So you, Mike.
All right. Okay, so a lot of these executive orders are being signed.
Mhm.
And I think when people start like overreacting to like certain stuff that he's doing, I think they keep forgetting like the three branches of government. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, oh, the federal, it still has to go to the judicial, always.
Always.
So I think like with most people who are like misinformed on like the government procedures, they got the panic in. Oh, it was mostly people that was like, oh, my Medicaid and oh, my SNAP and this that, and the third, right? I shout out, I shout out to my boy Kyle. You know what I'm saying? But I think when people are not knowledgeable about the three branches of government, it causes a lot of panic, right? So everybody was like up in arms and oh da 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 da, Mike yo. I mean Mike yo. Like I had a couple people like Mike. You know, like what's happening, this that and the third. Like, bro, the judicial system gonna stop all that. Like, they're gonna stop all that. Everything that he end up promoting that doesn't make sense, the Supreme Court is going to stop because executive orders trying to go. The executive orders created to go around Congress, but not designed to go around the courts. And I think like most people didn't take into account how the veterans got affected to it, and different services and outreach and food banks and all that. So it was like I think it was an eye opener for everybody because I think like most people only think like it was only going to affect like people on welfare for real. But what he's trying to do, he's trying to get rid of the FDR's New Deal plan. You feel me? He wants to get rid of that. And if people who don't know what the New Deal was to make sure that welfare was, and social services and all that was implemented during the Great Depression. So he's trying to get rid of that, but not understanding how wide it's going to affect people. You see what I'm saying? Like it affects more people and people get it messed up. It affects more people in rural areas than in the city.
Yep.
Because most people don't understand that most people get stipends from the government to not grow food. You know what I'm saying? To literally just like they get paid just to grow corn only. So you're looking at like people livelihoods on farms was going to be affected. Like it was going to be a lot. It wasn't going to be as detrimental like SNAP and WIC and all that. It was going to be more like people who have agreed to the government not to grow food. You know what I'm saying? And that plays a big deal when ethanol is used to like an additive to gasoline. So you're looking at, and you got a lot of people, especially in Maryland, they grow a lot of corn for the government. So I think that was like something that most people was unaware of until they started like people on TikTok was explaining it, like the farmers. And I don't know, like it's an executive order. It is designed to go around Congress, but not designed to go around the judicial system. So no matter what he wants to put out, if they feel like it will endanger a lot of citizens, they will block it. So that's my take.
Oh, good, yeah. Paul?
I'm gonna tell you what, I'm basically right there where Mike at, but see, I'm really not no Trump man. I'm not no Teflon Donnie man. But I knew because I keep up with the executive, the judicial, and legislative branches of the government as well. And I knew this man is a narcissist. People call him that, but they don't recognize it when they see it. And see, a narcissist gonna blurt out anything, gonna do anything. What they're not gonna do is apologize for it. So now he done made that little blanket statement, knowing that the judge stepped right in, bap, Hold up, you ain't going nowhere. She stepped right in. They stepped right in. Stop that. He came back and clarified what he was talking about. No, we going after these people sending money over here for $50 million worth of condoms and all that stuff. He had to come back and straighten that shit out, but he didn't apologize for shutting shit down and causing people to panic. But he knew he wasn't going to be able to get that done. A narcissist wants to be loved and admired. The last thing in the world he wants is to be hated. He wants to be admired. They say Trump wants to be a dictator. He wants to be admired. Everything that he does is about him being admired. Like today, I was watching the BBC. Thank you for that hookup right there. I was watching the BBC today. I'm trying to tell people here about the BBC News. They was all up on everything. They had Kennedy's ass up in there sweating and stuttering and all that good shit. Trump came on there, announced the thing about the girl Kagan in Georgia, Megan, announced that on there and signed that into law. Like you say, whatever he's been able to do, the judicial system will not let nothing go that isn't legal. So all this stuff about shipping people's asses out of here, that's trouble and illegal, they're not stopping that. Why? Because it's breaking the law. Get them the hell up out of here. I hate it for them. I really do. Understand me. I'm compassionate. I'm empathetic. But they causing crime over here. Get them out of here. And that's what they're doing. If it was wrong, the judicial system would step in there and stop it. Okay, the DEI.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, okay.
We're gonna get to that.
That's a whole other subject. Okay.
We don't want to do the whole show in the first hour.
Okay. I'm saying, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. And you gotta realize the government was wasting a whole lot of money. If you look at the things if that's true what they put down, that what they're spending money on, all this money on. What they say, something about a damn game console, $4 or $5 million game console, some old shit like that. And you send all this money over here to Burma, something about diverse training in Burma, $45 million to them. That's money. Where is that money going on there for that kind of shit? We used to have that money right here at home, helping the homeless and all that stuff. You complain about a problem, but you trying to do something over somewhere else that don't make no sense. The $50 million worth of condoms was being used to make bombs with. I mean, nobody disputed it. All right. That's my 3 minutes.
With me, I'm with Mike on this. I mean, I'm kind of with all y'all actually. I agree. I think with the executive order, the freeze. I mean, I'm kind of glad they rescinded it. Let's look at it a little bit more before we start rescinding this thing. With Trump, what he doesn't surprise me. I'm not in fear in the next 4 years, nothing like that. Reason being, because I know the man. If people are surprised or uproar what he's doing now, I'm not, because some of the stuff I don't agree with, like I didn't agree with some stuff Biden did. Some stuff Bush did, Obama. There's stuff I don't agree that he's done, but there's some things I do agree with, and that's the way it's going to be. Is he a narcissist? Yeah. The one thing I do like about him, it's not saying I like him, but the trait I like about him, he is who he is. Unlike a lot of presidents in the past, they sugarcoat shit and they dress it up, to where with Trump, you know where he's coming from. I'd rather have someone tell me to my face, you a nigga, I can't stand you, than say it behind my back. Now, I'm not saying he's saying that, but I'm saying I'd rather someone be straight up with me and tell me how they feel than tell me one thing and do another. At least I know with him, when he says he's going to do, right or wrong, that's what he's going to do. And I can respect that from anyone. I don't care who you are. Like I said, the executive orders he's pushed, like Mike said, you got to go through the judicial system, because that's the law is the law. Period. The law is the law. If you wasn't ready for him, whether you voted for him or not, if you wasn't ready for him, that's your fault. Because he told you 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, when he was running in 2020, he told you. The 4 years he was in the office, he told you, I'm coming back for the White House. And he still told you, this is what I'm going to do. If you weren't ready for it, Don't get mad at him. And I'm not defending him. Don't get mad at him. Don't get mad at the event. Don't get mad at nothing. Get mad at yourself because you knew what he was going to do. He told you. And I'm not one to support Hitler. I'm really not. I think what he did was messed up. However, before he did that shit, he told him what he was going to do. He said it. He didn't say, I'm going to exterminate y'all. He didn't just say it like that. But he told you about the media. He told you everything. But they didn't listen to him. He said, yeah, y'all get on this train right here. I'm taking y'all to freedom. I'm taking y'all to Belgium. Da-da-da-da-da. They forgot who Adolf Hitler was. They got on that train and he fricasseed, fried, roasted, broiled, boiled, burned. He did everything he said he was going to do in so many words. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad because I know I just follow shit. So I'm not mad. That's the best I could put it. Anybody want to piggyback?
I do.
Okay.
I think most of us, I agree with Mike about it has to go through the judicial portion before it's accepted. However, the part that nobody understood, and I agree with Jude on a healthcare standpoint, and from a governing agency standpoint, a lot of people payments were not being processed that were due benefits.
Yeah.
So to say that it has to be blocked, that's crazy because they had stopped that shit prior to it being blocked. So people were already being affected. So to say that it's hard to tell people, oh, this is the process when the process was completely skipped. Millions of Americans were affected who benefits were already because it was supposed to be not for who was directly receiving these benefits. And again, things were going out to agencies, facilities that provide these services where people's livelihoods and employment was in jeopardy, where companies were trying to figure out what the fuck were they going to do. Not only were people trying to figure out how they were going to feed their families, how were they going to pay their rent, were they going to work, what was going to go on, because that process was already starting before it got blocked. So to say that this is already done, something had to happen for that button to already be pushed and say, we're not fucking sending out shit. Because people were already being alerted that they weren't getting whatever benefits that they were looking forward to make sure that they stay afloat. So it goes back to my original statement is, yes, be upset, but also be prepared. But on another note is something that we said a year ago and probably 2 years ago. All of these things have been on the table. They've been wanting to do away with these benefits, with these programs. They really don't want them in effect. They really don't want them in effect. They want to do away with them. So if you're capable and able, yes, have a plan B. And I said it several times. This is when community, like we're so busy right now. We're so far tearing each other down and tearing each other apart. We don't even realize this is the time where we should band together and be a community and show how resilient and strong that we are. This is the time where you look out for your elderly neighbor. Look at Medicare. Medicare still affected. Them prescriptions. I have elderly family members who have Medicare, who are retired, who serve this country, and gotta had to pay guap for their medication.
Yeah.
So this is where we gotta take care of them. So instead of us making all of these posts, going on all these fucking rants, we gotta band together and take care. We gotta take care of our own. So these are the conversations that we need to have instead of pointing these fingers. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did, man. That's all I got. I don't know what's you got the thing up.
Oh, I was letting everybody go around the table to, you
Oh, I'm
know,
sorry. Y'all had some more. I thought
that,
that
you
was
Don't be
I had
sorry.
wrote I had wrote down this is a wake up call for everybody that's on government assistance that honestly don't take advantage of the programs that come along with it. Cause a lot of they do got a lot of them work programs, you feel me, that help people not necessarily 100% depend on government assistance. However, where the government messed up with, well, not even the government, where Trump did not take into consideration is at one point in time they did cut out a lot of programs and things for the household, for the family. um Daycare is very expensive. It's hard for a parent to work with children who can't um find proper daycare. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know about where everywhere else, but like the daycare voucher thing was kind of like, it's like when it comes to doing certain things it's affecting like the kids. I just don't, besides the healthcare system, like this really affected like funding and things for children. That should never even come into play. And I understand why, you feel me, like the
Mhm.
try to attack, the federal government, but so they do so much for, though. I mean, I'm torn between the two, because I don't I necessarily I'm tired of putting into like that part of out of my paychecks. You feel me? In a sense, but at the same time, we all working on taking care of home first. That's the goal. But it's so many people suffer. I don't see the in the long end how this is going to help. How's helping? It's not. It's more hindering than helping. That's I don't know. Maybe I got to do some more research to understand it, but I don't understand why it happened. Go ahead, Bishop Mike.
No, I ain't gonna be long, man. So listen. So so what he did, so what most people, even before Trump, they've been trying to get rid of the socialized programs for like
Yeah.
20 something years.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
And it's racism behind it. Okay, so it's not like they're just getting away from it because we are benefited from it. So I give you an example, like they just had an article of a guy who was like, he doesn't understand why all the public pools in his area don't exist anymore, right? Like his family lived in the city, they end up moving to the suburbs, and they don't have a public pool. They have like country club pools. And he was
Mhm.
trying to do the research, and what he found out was is that most white people moved out of the cities
Mhm.
into the suburbs and made their privatized pools. The rich people, they didn't take an advantage. They didn't take into account that the poor white people couldn't afford to get in, right? And then they demonized the city so much that the poor whites are scared to come into the city, so they miss out on going swimming during his childhood. So this is what happened. So the New Deal wasn't supposed to help black people, right? It wasn't supposed to help the black farmer, nothing like that. The New Deal benefits of welfare, um, and Medicaid and stuff didn't get introduced to us until the late 60s, 70s.
Mhm.
We didn't benefit from the system because that's how most farmers either lost their land or they came into the cities like Baltimore to work in like the factories. So now they're saying, well, we want to get rid of all of the New Deal benefits because we're no longer in the Great Depression. And I think what black people don't understand is that it affect us, but it is not going to affect us like we think it is. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand like we're black and we're focused on us, and we tend to go extreme about the stuff that we think that's going to affect us. But this is going to affect everything that what this was made to do, right? So this is was made to do to keep people on their land. Well, if you look around, most black people are not on land,
Okay.
right? So when they went to go do it, they you got to understand too that like most small towns depend on SNAP, right?
Mhm.
We don't. Most of us don't live in small towns. It's very rare that we live in small one horse towns. So the judicial system had to go to the laws and see if they could or what they could do the executive order get put in place as soon as he signed it. It's an instantaneous thing.
Mhm.
So a lot of people was affected by it. But the judicial system got to look at it and go, well, is this legal? And how many Americans will it affect? Contrary to popular belief, when it come to us and our needs, we tend to like micro focus on us. No, this is way bigger. This is going to affect the white people in Idaho that never left, and up North Dakota that do farming and get all this funding. When it come to most hospitals, especially like hospitals, VAs, and all of that, right? Those funding already been allocated for the year. So the physical year for the government is always October the 3rd, right? So those allocations of funds are already there, which means that he can't stop the allocated funds that's already been promised to be distributed. That's why when you look at like the military who works for the government, they wasn't really concerned because we thought it was going to be something big because they get paid too. But we had to get schooled like, all right, well, Mike, the budget has already been passed. So since the budget has already been passed, he can't stop the money that's going to be already allocated to every program. But when you start looking at like the broader picture, it doesn't really affect black people as much, right? But it does cause for you to say, well, damn, if you got a family member that's being affected by his cuts on diabetic medicine and all that, um, we will eventually create something. That's the one thing about our community is like we'll eventually get around to creating some shit, right, to help us. So when you start looking at like, most people don't even look at like the bigger picture is that these are white small towns and white states that if he ever was to cut government funding in all those programs, they're gonna lose their shit.
Yep.
Because you're looking at
they are. That's what they are doing. They are showing that they are.
yeah, they
Everybody's
losing their
losing their
shit.
shit. You know, and y'all was right when I don't know who said it, but somebody said that the main people that it was you, Mike, when you was like the main people was like the people who get government assistance. Yeah, but it's not just it's the elderly. It's mainly like people got kids. Like we may not like it, but they have kids and the older folks. You feel me? Like it's people that maybe don't need to be on there, but the kids and the older folks take race out of it. We all know that it's more the Caucasian people, you know, are more on government assistance than any other race. They even saying that they saying it all over TikTok, but it's the fact that like you willing to sacrifice anybody, whether you're doing it 20 years ago, 10 years ago. You know, we from Baltimore. I'm part of when they start messing with the school system. They were shutting down schools. My had 4 different principals. They put a wall up in the middle of the school. You feel me? Like they do stupid stuff, period, in the government. But when you start taking away from the children and the elderly, that makes a big difference, man. That makes a whole lot of Let's just scare everybody because we all gonna be old. And everybody's saying I got kids or grandkids. You feel me?
Yeah, I think I think I'm hoping this is a situation like Obama did when he first came into office, where he spent a lot of money in the beginning to make it up on the back end to get us out the deficit. I think, and I'm just going by what this is just my opinion. It's not saying what he's going to do, but hopefully, what he's doing, and I know it's going to affect a lot of people. It really is. So you know, because that's me. I'm 60 and I'm getting close to that time, and I'm hoping, yeah. Hey, I ain't old. I'm good.
I'm listening, man.
Yeah,
I'm listening to Jude.
I'm vintage. I'm early X. Anyway,
Yes, I'm listening to Jude.
I'm early X red wine.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Check it out. I'm saying because
After Boscoe, hold on.
So
Firstly, I need you to read the private chat, and after you go, we're going to go to the next topic, please.
Yeah, true that. What was I saying? Oh, I'm hoping he does it this way to where he's getting those who don't deserve it. Because you do have people who are on assistance who don't need, like, I don't know if they had it, and I'm only gonna be 30 seconds on this. I don't know if they had this nationwide, but back in 2011, 2001, 2002, we had a thing here in North Carolina called Work First, where you could be on a system 2 years. But in that 2 years, while you were receiving a check and all, you had to give 20 hours a week. Either you volunteering, you going to school, or you're working. If you wasn't doing nothing, you lost your benefits. You just couldn't sit at home and collect checks. I think for people who can work, and there's a lot of people who can work who are on assistance, who just not trying, put them to work. That's it.
Okay. So I need you to scroll up to my response to you in the private chat. Second thing on the agenda, because we have a lot to cover. There's been this whole thing going on about, with the immigration. We discussed it last week. So they've been rounding them up, dropping them off, doing all of this stuff. So what I found kind of hilarious, and some may not, I know it's sensitive for some, is that we've been seeing, I've saw a couple of videos where a lot of people in the communities who are being, rounded up and deported or whatever you want to call it, are asking for African Americans to stand with them in their fight to not be deported. My take is going to be really simple. I don't even need a full 3 minutes. I just need like 5 seconds. This is not my fight. This is not our fight. I'm going to sit on the sidelines. Who wants to go next?
Me. Okay, go ahead, Mike. Put it out, man.
Hold on. Let me get it.
Well, let me just see, Michael. Mine will be with 30 seconds. Mine will be with 10 seconds too.
So.
Hey, yo, Jose, Chico, Maria, Geneva. We're going to have to sit this one out, y'all. That's all I got to say.
All right, hold on. Let me get it out.
You got all my time, Mike.
Hold on. Let's just be sure. I got to get it out. Hold on. The Black amendments are what they are for Black people. Period. So, for immigration, civil rights, the right to vote, those Black amendments are exactly what they are for Black people. So, my condolences, Arrivederci. You know what I'm saying? They was out here in my community rounding up the boys from McDonald's. That's why they shut down our McDonald's out here. Like, Jose and them got a head start to get them out of here. So, I mean, like I said, I'm Black, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm good. Go ahead, Jude.
I need no speaking though. Is how I feel. Like no lie, I don't got nothing to do with that. I do feel like we all supposed to stick together, but I do remember two specific things. Y'all know I live for listening to the how people talk about us on social media.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how it was a big war about the Black women was jealous of the Hispanic women. That was a big thing. And when we was talking about voting, everybody wanted to make sure we knew that they was not Black. Certain things was Black problems, and that's not just the Hispanic community, but it's mainly Hispanic community. So I would like to say no, hell no, absolute no.
No entiendo.
Oregano. like no. Every time it's a Black problem, don't get me wrong. Like it's not all Hispanics. I for those of y'all, welcome to the club of being typecast, being put into one group. Imagine being brought to a country, y'all getting kicked out. We was depending on the story, we were stolen or given away. We were brought here, and they ain't kicking us out. If they kick us out, we gonna take the first flight. So consider yourselves lucky, Then y'all get kicked out. We was taking, and they did, nothing. So I say all that to say, no.
Well, they can't kick us out. because we bought here under the guise of being property, so they
Exactly.
can't keep us out.
I know.
That's one thing. That's one thing for certain. They can go ahead on with that. But along with what you're saying, way before I watched the BBC today, because I've been spending a whole lot of time on BBC today. But way before I watched the BBC today, my man got on there telling him, he said, "Hey, right now we after the violent criminals. We after the violent criminals. That's who we after.
Yep.
Now, if you happen to be around these violent criminals and you suspect, well, then you going too." He said, "We're not after y'all right now, but you need to get on out of the way. We're going to give y'all a chance to leave. So y'all had to be rounded up." So, I mean, hey, y'all need to take heed to the message. Hasta la vie and all that good stuff like that, and we'll holler at you. But no, I've been saying, ain't nowhere in the world. This don't have nothing to do with us. We want to come in and be everybody's savior, and nobody wants to come in and help us. Forget that. No.
You know what else? Check this out.
We'll holler.
Before we move on to the next topic, check this out.
He said,
Remember I always tell people, remember how the police was started? They were slave patrols. Now y'all get a chance to feel it. We're gonna see what's going out, y'all.
Hold on. Before we go to the next topic, I want to read. I want to read a comment, and I got like a short story. And
I was gonna answer it. Go ahead.
No. It kind of because I told the Bosco, and I did want to mention this during this segment, if I can. So, the comment from J Bear reads: I heard a trucker say that their jobs are being. Can I make correct? Because this is what I think it said. I heard a trucker say that their jobs are being affected
due to the immigrants who
no, because there is the word and just
I'll read it.
I heard a trucker say, let me do it. I heard a trucker say that their jobs are being affected due to the immigrants who pick our food and their trucks are short. They said we are going to be having food shortages soon.
yeah.
I don't. Okay, but that I ain't want to reply to that. I think I misread that, but I wanted to say something about the something about something. Okay, so
I was gonna reply to that.
Let Mike reply. Let Mike reply. Let Mike reply.
because right now I had to chuckle because I don't have nothing for that, but I got something about something else.
All right, so let me
Let me get it out before I forget because you know my mind be going. And when you cut Mike, you got a thing when you cut me off and it throw me off, and then I'll be forgetting. But why I got it? So I reminded. No, because it brought me back to it was something that we had a conversation last week, and I wanted to bring it up, but I completely missed my mind, and it was one of them times. So I had a conversation, and we were talking about the whole immigration thing and like the Hispanics being deported and all of those things. So I was talking to my son or whatever. So he goes, Mom, they was talking about it at his job and things like that. So I said, yeah. So, he was in the process of getting hired for another job. So he was like, that's crazy because when he was at another job, I'm not going to name the company, they were laying off by large numbers a lot of African American workers, right? By the shitloads. While they were doing this mass layoff, they were hiring a large number of Hispanics. And they kept doing this in waves, right? So once this happened, a lot of those same Hispanic workers were vacating those jobs. So now what's happening is they're replacing them with a large number of Black workers. So even in his job now, when he first started, it was like Black and Hispanic. But now with this happening, the Hispanics are leaving and vacating the jobs because what's going on. So now there's a wave of Black. And the first thing, mind you, this is a 22-year-old, which speaks volumes. So he like, I ain't mad at it. Let's get this money because he felt like he was next. Because the only thing he felt like he was saved because in his previous position, because he was in leadership, right? So, but everybody else was like leaving, like, and it wasn't that they was doing nothing wrong. They would use the term layoff to get you out of there. So I wanted to bring that story up to say, and I mentioned this before. We were up in the roar when we was talking about when he said black jobs. And I think I made a comment. I get why people were upset, and ain't no black job, ain't no such thing. That was because a lot of our young black men and women were being unemployed.
Right.
They were losing their jobs. So I get the message and how it was delivered. But yes, we hold a lot of positions. So guess who's going to work? Black people.
Well, I
And
hope
then the
that the
sad thing is
black
for a
community work on their
22-year-old to
customer
get it.
service.
So I'm gonna tell you what my 22-year-old said. Guess what, Ma? I'm about to get this money. I'm about to get me another job. So he said, he brought it up. And he like, I'm gonna get. So just imagine, okay, it's jobs opening right now. So if you got a kid or a spouse or somebody that need to work, I'm gonna tell you now, and I get them to my email all the time. It's hella openings right now.
Yep.
Hella
Mike,
openings right now.
get him, Mike.
I'm
All
sorry.
right,
Thank
here
you,
I
baby.
go.
I know it ain't had nothing to do with what you
No,
said.
no,
But
you good.
it brought it back.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm about to answer J-Bad shit. Check this out. with this phony ass immigrants picking food shit, right? So you have legal immigrants that pick your fucking food, and you got prisoners. Okay, so for all these people that be making this weirdo shit, you've never been to Florida. Immigrants don't pick your oranges, bruh. Criminals do.
Criminals do.
In South Carolina, well, immigrants don't be on dairy farms. Criminals are on dairy farms. Go to North Carolina. Are you picking your corn and apples and all that?
Beans and all that shit down in
Pris-
Caledonia.
right, prisoners pick your food.
Hold on, Mike, before I forget. And
Right.
I ain't talking about no $10 an hour. The previous position that I was talking about, my son was 20 something years old, making over $55,000 a year at the age of like 19. He's now 22. So, and another job. So I'm just trying to tell you, when I ain't talking about I'm talking about jobs. Making, so it ain't too many 18 or 19-year-olds that can say that they come out of high school making $55,000-$60,000 a year. The end. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Mike. Thank
No
you.
problem. I'm with it. I'm with all the smoke on J-Bad. Listen, man.
Trying.
Yeah, because they be stop with the bullshit. If you ain't never lived in no other states, you know exactly who out there in them fields. It ain't no immigrants, bro. You need to stop watching those Hunt Valley Ranch commercials. They got y'all watching, bro. Because if you ask the boys in Alabama who
Talk about
down
some
there in them
butter.
fields, who down there in them fields, it's cats that's locked up working them fields, bro.
No,
So let's
he
go.
said it
So
wasn't him, it was the trucker, not him.
okay. Well, check it. Tell your trucker friend he bullshitting, bro. Anybody who know about the chain gang, it still exists. You know what I'm saying? It still exists, bro. In the
Oh,
South, it's called free labor. If you
yep.
go and you look up Alabama right now, them prisoners want their money. They was in them fields getting paid $1 to pick your
Exactly.
tomatoes, bro. We ain't never gonna, as long as there's a prison, we ain't never been out of food.
Never.
I don't know how you. This is one thing people be trying. Ain't no scare tactic in this. It's so many prisons. It's food farms everywhere, bro. South Carolina big on it. North Carolina big on it. Atlanta, Florida, all that. So the day that we run out of food, we must ain't got nobody in jail. We got tons of people in jail. That's all I want to say, man.
Yep. Minus 10 seconds. Like I said, long as we got prisons, we'll have workers. Long as we got prisons, we'll have workers.
And guess what?
Yeah.
They voted for him.
That's why I said we're going to have to sit this one out. That's what
I mean,
but you know what, Coco? Trump, see, this is why I said about Trump. I may not be a fan, but he told y'all. They didn't listen to him. He told the man will tell you straight to your face, bitch, you ain't shit. But they didn't listen to him. He told them. So I don't got no feelings for them. If Trump said to me right today, next week, I'm gonna make sure they deport your ass to freaking Antarctica. I'm getting out.
You're going to Antarctica.
I'm getting out the country before next week comes. Because you know why? I know he gonna get my ass out of here and get me to Antarctica.
Cold as hell over there
He
too.
gonna lie to you. He gonna tell you straight up. I'm gonna get your ass out of here.
Dude,
All right, Coco.
Yes.
I'm gonna take about 10. Can you keep them in order?
Keep who in order?
Y'all.
What we talking about?
Yeah, we already have a whole man talk.
Thank you.
What we talking about?
Because I know
Next
she's gonna be the responsible man.
Next subject.
What's the next subject?
All right, we just. All right, you want to do this, Coco?
Oh, Coco.
She's taking a minute real quick.
I just told this people, hey, you was a motherfucking co-host and you got the same goddamn. Go to the private chat. Don't you got it? All right, hold on. Okay, man. This is so ghetto. Wait a minute.
Let me see the private chat.
No, it's not in there. I was getting ready to
Why you tell me go to the private chat there?
I was going to cuss you out in the private chat.
He's cussing me out online. Everybody else do. Shit.
Oh boy.
That's not how you treat family. That's
Okay.
All that is connected together, though, right?
Okay, so
Before you move on, Coco, but all that, hold on. So let's connect all that together. Everything that y'all done said right there, from when Trump was back in 2015, when he said he's gonna round everybody up and they're gonna be out of here, deportation.
Mm-hmm.
Then we came behind that, going to Coco, and said that there was gonna be black jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So then we come behind that, and you say they're all black jobs now because what? Deportation of illegals, and people are. And it's not only the Hispanics, because they rounded up some Asians here lately too. So they going home too if they in here illegal. He's getting all rid with all these out of this country criminals and sending them back home. So there's gonna be black jobs because, like you said, before these people came around, these jobs was in the hands of black people.
Mm-hmm.
They came in bringing the cheap labor. So black people stopped working because they wasn't getting paid what they was worth. But now all the money has been raised up and they making this money in here illegally, making all this money, driving these fancy cars, flossing and glossing and shit, committing crimes. Oh, y'all's time is up. So now, if people are able to go to work, ain't no excuses. Get out here, like your son say, get out here and get to that money. He's bringing it back so you can get up off your ass and get out here and make money. I agree. I agree with teenagers going back to work. You 15, 16 years old, summer jobs was for us. Yep. We look forward to having them summer jobs.
Well,
get out here and get your summer job, make your own money.
No, the young people really do want to work. The thing,
not down here.
Not here.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the part where I think it goes back into where I always say we come from different backgrounds, and sometimes the concern or perspective of significance and importance is where you live, in the culture of where you live. So I know I can speak on here in Baltimore, and especially doing the type of work that I do. I know a lot of the young people want to work, and they have them youth programs where they help the youth find like summer jobs or different type of jobs and all of those things, and they try to do away with those. And I think at one time they did, and then they started doing different things with qualifications where some kids could not work, and they were so disappointed. And then you wonder why so many young people break law or do different things, because they're trying to get a couple dollars, and you don't know what their home life is like. So a lot of young people really do want to work. And again, I just gave you the story, not the story. I just gave you the perspective of a 22-year-old. Like my youngest son is now 22. He's been working since the age of 15, right? But all of my children always wanted to work. And since they could, I'm like, okay, go ahead. It does give them a sense of responsibility. They know what it's like to make money and all of those things. And like you said, some do, some don't. But a lot of young people really do want to work because they want to be fresh. They want the latest clothes, you know what I mean? Or some of them really want to help out their family because their family's hungry. So it just all depends on the culture and the background or the upbringing and things like that. So you just never know. But a lot of the young people really do want to be a functioning citizen of society, but the odds are really against them. That's where I said community is completely important. No matter where that you are, we have to be examples and lead. And no matter no, we always hear, I ain't gonna be no fucking role model. Whether you think you are or not, you are.
Okay.
Somebody's looking up to you. Shit, another fucking adult is probably looking up to you. You
Who
You
you
know,
know,
talking to? Paul
you
Barkley?
know, you know, you know where this
I'm
city.
sorry. Did I just cuss?
Huh?
We
I
can't
said,
cuss. Let me wash my mouth.
let's go say we couldn't. Fuck that.
Uh, shit. God damn. Fuck. Why we can't cuss, Bosco? What the fuck?
You said
What's
what?
wrong with cuss? It's like the
FBC or
look,
something.
but here, like, all right, like here, Coco said, like, what she said, like, all right, they messed up first back when we was when I was in school. I feel like they because growing up we had rec centers and then they closed them. And then that was a place for you to go instead of being on the streets. But then when the kids started adapting to the streets, it's hard to pull them back into the rec center. And then they wanted to pull them back in their way. One advantage is that these kids do like going to school, but um it's kind of hard when your home life is screwed up. You feel me? With some kids, not all of them. You feel me? If we still speaking on like with some of this government funding cuts. You feel me? That's their only meal when they get there, and if they don't got programs, no after school programs, they ain't got nothing to do but be outside if they don't want to go home. And kids like that used to go to like the rec center and used to do things
Yeah.
like play basketball and have a whole nother family. You feel me? Even the little girls for real, they used to go in there and just chill and sit on the bleachers.
Yeah.
Not all of them was hot. Some of them, just didn't want to go home. And then no, for real, like no
Yeah.
bull crap, for real. Cause I had
Yeah.
a homegirl
Yeah.
just didn't want to go home, and we used to have the
No,
rec
you talking
center
about
to
all them
go
was
and
hot.
chill in. Man, used to be it was the marching bands, all types of things. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
There's a whole bunch of things. They used to try to ban them, start pulling them out of certain things. Um, Summer jobs. They used to pay us to stay out of trouble in the summer. That's how I looked at it when I was in high school. It was so many programs. They named like I forgot what the other the one I went was in um was the future program. It was one called the startup. It was another one called the something I forgot. I don't know. It was like three different programs. But you went and you got little jobs every summer. And I worked at Pepsi for one summer. Like it was offered a job afterwards, just making like doing youth work shit, and then they taught you career readiness. I don't know what they do. It seems like they try and get that together like that now, but I remember them also taking it out of school back when I was in school, and it's like a whole generation of kids was like, yeah, well, that wasn't in there when I was in school. They wasn't doing all that stuff. They wasn't encouraging you to do it. But them kids of today are saying their parents, you know
Mm.
be encouraged to do stuff and they want to get that money too. Coco, right? Kids look up to you and they want to do things. They try to mimic what they see. But the government start pulling a lot of that stuff. They start messing with I
Mhm.
don't know why they start messing with the schools first. You feel me? But I think that's state more so than like federal. I don't know where
Mhm.
that's more so state than
They
federal, but
government.
it's all together. The government is the government to me. Like bullcrap.
Mhm.
They
All
all
right, Coco.
crooks,
All right.
criminals.
So I'm gonna do a disclaimer. Disclaimer. The next topic. If you are sensitive, if certain things you do not want to hear, if certain things you have your own personal views and you do not have an open mind and you don't want to hear the views of the panel, because we are not going to censor the panel. However, the views of each individual on the panel are not the views of Casual Convo, Coco, or it
Don't
just
put my name in that. My view is my view.
I didn't you not can I finish? Can
I'm
I
joking.
finish? Can
I'm
I
joking.
finish?
I'm joking. Hey, don't be trying
It
to get
just-
a buck up here. I come up there and smack you in your leg, nigga. Now go ahead.
I will kick your ass with the other one. Now be quiet. It just AKA Bosco from the Bronx or Ham Radio. Each guest has their own personal view, and we respect their view and we will allow them to state their view.
What
And
is
their view
everybody talking
will be
about?
delegated
Nervous.
within and their views will be said within respect, and it's not to be in harm or disrespect at all. But I will suggest, if you are sensitive in nature, to please do something else at this time. So, um,
What is the motherfucker? I mean, we can't cuss on here. Where's the
They should have been
where
done
is the
something else.
where
They
is the
done rolled this
topic?
wrong.
What is this topic? I'm
because
scared.
I'm not going to be here to mediate, I really need to take a break. I'm going. I'm hurting right now.
All right,
I need like 10 minutes at
all
least.
right.
Um,
You want to introduce the topic before you go?
I am.
Yeah.
Um, holy shit! If I can fucking find it.
I got it pulled up.
What did it say? Okay, so what it was? Remember when he said, um, he signed a bill
Mhm.
stating that he was going to cease government funds for transgender. What was it?
I got it.
Alone
And the
services
military?
for people. No, for it's. I think it's like services. I guess for services. I guess medical services for like the transition and all of that stuff. Under the age of 19. But Basco can tell you verbatim because I don't have it in front of me, and I know this is a sensitive subject for most. However, we're all about inclusivity and equality for all when we discuss it. I'll be back.
Okay. Basically, the subject, what we're talking about is his signing an order to restrict gender affirming care for people under 19. Um, I know people are gonna get mad at me when I say this. I agree with that because I don't feel a kid 4 years old, 6 years old, 8 years old can determine their gender. Because you're right. I mean, it's just my opinion. You're too young. You really don't know. You haven't experienced life. You're still learning yourself. You hadn't hit puberty. None of that stuff. I mean, so I don't think you can just say, I want to be a boy or I want to be a girl and go get a surgery. Because we are seeing a lot of the kids who were young who made that decision so young. And now they're like, I made a mistake. And I think with the parents, I think the parents are reckless, not sitting down and talking to the child, the mother and the father, not sitting down talking to the child and be like, that's what I did. I did, Coco. Um, the parents are reckless for basically enabling a child. The child don't know. I mean, the child may be feeling something because I know I I agree with it. I'll put it that way. You gotta let them kids grow. Stop letting these kids. You're not letting these kids be kids. You're trying to let them make adult decisions at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They hadn't even hit puberty yet. They don't even know what puberty is. But they're old enough to say, oh, I think I want to be a woman. I think I want to be a man. No, not yet. And I mean, I'm going to get called transphobic or whatever, but I don't care. I just think they're too young to make that decision. And the parents are reckless if they allow it. And just say, yeah, I'm going to let them be a girl. I'm going to get a surgery. If they feeling that way, let them feel that way and let them keep growing. But don't throw the surgery on them when they're not even freaking in high school yet. Next.
No, I agree. I agree. I feel like you shouldn't be able to get a sex change under at a young age, and you need your parents' consent to go to college all the way up until you like 22. Um, like you are a legal adult at 18, but you're really not grown until you're actually like over the age of 21. Like you
Right.
still really have to depend on your parent for certain things. You can depend on your parent. Like you can still see a pediatrician up until you're like 22. So I don't agree with it. I don't really have much to say.
Let me
Um,
reread that. Let me read the headline for people that didn't. Basically, y'all, we're discussing Trump signing an order to restrict gender affirming care for people under 19. Okay. I'll just remind people who might have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say. But I don't really have much to say. I don't agree with it. I mean, I'm always into each his own, but I feel like that's more of a. It takes a mental toll on a lot of adult, like grown people. So I can imagine the toll that it takes on you, a kid. I don't personally know any children, that went through it, but I do know, uh, some adult or two who have, transition or attempt or in transition. But I don't know. I don't agree with it being the kids, man. I don't think the kids should get it at all.
Let me go before you, Mike, because I'm gonna be about 10 to 15 seconds too. Hey, mm, for real. I mean, it's sad that kids don't even grow up to be kids or be able to have a childhood anymore because the parents don't sit down and explain to them what childhood is. Childhood is about experiencing different feelings and me as your parent leading you through these different feelings, not flowing with what you think you're feeling and going with that. That's not a parent. Once the child grows up to legal age, 19 on up, then you start thinking like an adult. But until you reach that age, you're still a child. No matter what you do or whatever you might think, you're still a child in your mind and your actions. You're still a child because you're not responsible. Now, my generation, I had to grow up quick. So at 16, we could sign up and go into the army. I tried to go into the army to keep from getting locked up, but that shit didn't work. They locked my ass up. But yeah, let the kids be kids and grow up and go through their little feelings, whatever. And as their parent, guide them through them and say, well, why don't you go ahead and think about this? We're going to try this and see what's going on, whatever. Work with them as a parent. That's all I got to say. No. No is the answer. No, I don't agree with it. Well, I agree with what you're saying, but no, I don't agree with them being able to have the surgeries and all that stuff as kids. That's it.
I think this stems from like watching like Lord Celebrity, yo, and his boy daughter being paraded around and everybody's being upset. And the rapper Boosie the only one to actually speak about it. Like you ain't even give him a chance to grow. You know what I'm saying? You and your little wife, y'all dictating them, putting them on dresses and all this other type of stuff. Like to be influenced by a parent is messed up too. So, and we watch that. That's all over. That's all over the net. Right? The people are being that this celebrity and his crazy wife was like parading the boy around. You know what I'm saying? And the mother had to say something about it, and she didn't agree with it. So I agree with all of y'all on here. Like, nah, it shouldn't even go down until they get a real psychological evaluation for real. Like each year they should think about it. They should literally go and get a psychological evaluation because even as young kids, when we get adults, our ideology change. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I agree with y'all.
Yeah.
Man, I was quick. I thought we was
Because
gonna really go into that one.
there
Well,
really is no controversy about
yeah,
that, though. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody, any adult with common sense should be seeing that. So the adults adults that don't see that don't have common sense because there's no
yeah.
way in the world you allow your child to do that to themselves, not knowing that what they might have as an adult.
Let me
You
read what
don't do
Coco
that.
said. Coco said, "I agree. If you can drink, if you can drink or cigarette, if you can't drink or smoke cigarettes, I'm thinking she's saying until you're 20, that's the type of decision should be of an adult age when you can make a more informed decision." And she said, "I see many
Mhm.
documentaries where many have regretted having the surgeries young," and I agree because me and Coco talked earlier or yesterday about how this one guy he did that and he regretted it, and the church that he was going to after a year he went back and got the surgery done reverse, but he was never the same. And I've seen people, me being a veteran going to the VA, I see a lot of guys and a lot of women like that they would like, and not so much the women transitioning to men, but it's the men transitioning to women. And they realized like they were like, what was I doing? What you were doing, you know, you were going with the fad. You wasn't living your truth. That wasn't your truth. You was just going along with everybody else. You know, if that's how you are inside, more power to you. No problem. But leave the kids alone. Teaching them the stuff I see they teaching kids today, like sex and about drag queen. It's nothing against drag queen because I was a DJ and I DJ some drag shows. They do some great stuff. They pay good money. I ain't gonna front. But you can't put that in front of children. And that's what they're doing now. And this is the issue I had with the Democrats. They allowed that shit. Like, look, these are kids. You got them seeing shit that a lot of us adults are like, yo, hell no, I ain't trying to get down with that. And this is nothing against drag queens or people in that lifestyle. It's just when you get a certain age, that's when you get exposed to it. You don't have freaking adults exposing kids to shit like that. You don't do it. That's our shit. That's grown-up shit, you know? And I think with this right here, these kids don't know. You can't have a little boy change his gender, make him a little girl, and then his whole freaking thing like, oh shit. You know, like what do I do now? You know, he don't know. Just like if you get a little girl and you say, okay, you want to be a boy? I'm gonna make you a boy. She jumps into a whole new world because like someone said today, I forgot his name. He was saying how when we look for respect, we show, it's like our respect is like we shake our hand and respect. If you don't respect us, we handle shit with our hands. Now you got a little girl, you letting her at 12 years old do surgery, turn to a little boy at 12. She's in a whole new realm to where if she says some slick shit at the mouth, we throw in them hands. You know? And see, these parents are reckless. I'm glad Trump signed that. I'm glad he did because the shit needs to stop. These parents need to cut the shit out. Let these kids be kids. If they still feel that way older, then okay, let's work on that. But let these kids be kids. Leave them alone. That's all I got. Did you
say that a guy had the transition or the procedure and then went back and had it reversed?
Reversed after like a year. He got it reversed. This is like 10 years ago. It might be a little bit longer than that. About 10 years ago. And got it reversed.
Like
and see the thing about it, when you get it reversed. You said what? Say what you?
So it was a man that was born a man, became a woman, and got reversed back to a man.
Yeah.
It's a whole YouTube video. It's a couple of them of a couple of people, male and female, who have gone through sex change operations, or like gender change operations. They may still be in a lifestyle, but they got the procedures done at like teenage ages, and a lot of them were like emancipated minors or runaways or something like that, and they got it done. But as they got older, they was not happy. They felt like they made a wrong choice. As far as that, they still lived their lifestyle, but they were not happy with their body. So they were going through the process of getting the reverse. Some of them documented it. Some of them just was like telling their story, and things like that. So you have a large number of it, but there is one thing. I'm not going to say exactly where, but I will say now, even when it comes to gender affirming care, psych and seeing a therapist is a part of the plan before it gets done.
Yeah.
It has to be done. So that's not a part that's like eliminated. That is in that process. And you have to go through that whole thing with seeing a psychiatrist and all of that stuff before you can even have the procedure done. It's not like, oh, I want this done and then it happens. No, it's a complete process. It's like at least like a year or more.
Shouldn't the parents go to it as well? Because they got issues as well. The parents got issues.
If the parent is involved, yes. But then you also got to understand there are communities, and then you do have emancipated minors.
Okay. But still, okay. So they don't even have to inform the parents or nothing what they're doing. So
Not
now,
emancipated.
Okay, so they're emancipated at teens, trying to live an adult life and making adult decisions as kids because they felt like they didn't want to listen to nobody's rules and shit. So they out here learning. I don't mean to be sounding insensitive, but they out here learning life's hard lessons because they outgrowed what their parents wanted to instill in them. Because the good word says that the way that you raise a child is the way, something I paraphrase, the way that a child will grow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I don't know if that had anything to do with that, but I'm saying the
No,
parents, the parents stop being parents to kids. Man, that's just sad.
that
That's
also
like
both
that's
ways.
like okay, but that's like parents giving up on their kids. If you don't fight for your kid, I mean, to let your kid actually go out there, doggone well your kid ain't ready for no life at no 16 or whatever 17, make no adult decision. As a parent, if you don't fight with that child for that child as their parent, then you are, I must say, you kind of weak to me because that's something that a child should have to do, go out there and experience that and have to go through that thinking that they was grown and making the right decisions. And then you're going through all that, people turning their backs on you and all that because you transitioning into something that you think you're going to be happy with, only to find out as an adult that you're not happy and you hating your body and you hating everything about you and now you want to transition back. But now your parents, they done turned away from you and all that stuff. No. I mean, that just disappoints me in people. I mean, that really, and like they say about the celebrity and his wife parading the little young guy. I mean, that was real awesome and messed up. That was really terrible to watch that unfold in front of the world.
And I think that's also important to understand that I know there's no rule book to parenting, and a lot of times parenting looks different in different people and different backgrounds and different cultures, and depending on where you are, right, and your upbringing and environment. Like my environment could be different from Jude, yours, and Bosco's, and some people can't handle parents. Some people, it's easy to say how someone should parent until they actually do it. Some people really can't and don't know what to do. And unfortunately, legally, you have parents who do choose to sign off on emancipation for their child. And then some children are just, it is, it's no right or wrong way to say I can't judge. And that's also, if we want to go biblical and all of those things, like, yeah, you got to respect your parents and all of that stuff, but parents also supposed to,
I think
you
I
know,
think childhood independence came
yeah,
from the crack era.
yeah,
Like no bull crap. It
yeah,
came from that when the parents was too gone off of the drug that they couldn't really sustain the household, and the kids started picking up. You feel me? This from the single mother era.
hmm,
Now it's a single father era more so than the single mother era, but
yeah,
single mother era where the fathers wasn't in the picture, mothers had to leave the kids, the oldest sibling, and there to watch the younger siblings while she went to work, stuff like that. Like so,
abuse,
and
anything. You'd be surprised why people get emancipated. Every household ain't the same.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes emancipation is the best thing. When that judge signs on it, they review all of that. And sometimes you have some children that are really successful emancipated. We're just talking about one group, and that's this group, you know what I mean, that does this. But you have a whole nother group that can be extremely successful on their own.
Okay, so see that then that shouldn't everybody shouldn't be based on the ones that can be successful by the ones that aren't successful. I'm saying, okay, you might, like you say, you might have the rare few that can be successful. So then that means, okay, well, yeah, they successful, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go out there. You gonna be successful too, but you don't know if they're ready for that. Like you say, there's no therapy involved for them or the parents.
Therapy
Shouldn't you
for
try to
everybody. Therapy, anybody can get therapy. That's the thing. It's but
yeah,
you have to want it. That's the thing. That therapy only works if you want it and if you are really going to give full transparency, truth and honesty. That's the only way therapy works.
okay, well, don't you think you're gonna be truthful and straight honest if you trying to be transitioning to a female from a male? Don't you think that should be transparent and I mean truthful?
Not all
And
the time. Some people just want it done.
I'm talking about, I'm talking with their parents. I mean, your parents, the parents and the child, or whatever, they get emancipated, and whatever. If that's leading them to them wanting to be emancipated, then should you discuss that with them? I mean, I don't know, cause thank God, my daughter, she had a gay spell for a minute, but then she turned around. Now she had a baby, and she's happy and chilling. My son, he's got a couple of kids, and he's out by his woman. I mean, so
I don't know. I kind
I
of
mean,
leave that alone because I don't have experience in that lane, so I can't really speak on it. So I don't
But
know
my
how
second
to, I
daughter
don't
gay
know
as
how
hell.
to answer that one. So I can only answer like what I think on that particular uh but as far as getting like deep into it, I don't know. And I don't want to speak out of pocket because I really don't know.
My second daughter and third daughter are gay as hell. One was a tomboy, but they're feminine as shit. They was like, nah, they always said, I don't want to be no man. I'm just gay. They said it. Both said it. They both said it straight up. Like my third one.
No, I'm sorry. I laughed at the wrong time. I'm looking. I'm
You
reading
you
the
can laugh to
private
see.
chat. No,
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 you
no.
can
I was
laugh
reading the
because see my
private
other.
chat. It wasn't for you. My smiles come through when you being serious. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you can laugh because see, I was giving a laugh too because my third daughter, that's how she was. She like shit. The hell with being a man. I ain't trying to be no damn man. You know, she said, I love being a woman. I just love women too. I like, all right. But see, the thing about I never said anything to her. You know, when she said she was gay, I was like, all right. You sure? She said, yeah. I said, all right. I laughed and she laughed, but she's like, is that it? I like, you don't want to telling me what you mean, is that it? I should be asking you that shit. Is that it? She's like, yeah. Like one of my granddaughters, she said she thinks she's, she's gay. I like, it's whatever, And
Anybody
that
else
was,
got that? Oh, I'm sorry. No, go
nah,
ahead.
you good.
Anybody else got anything on that one? Because it's the one I wanted to get to because it be bothering me.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna lie, I almost fell asleep on my little break.
Hey man, bring it on.
So y'all know I'm real mad about these eggs, right? So
I don't eat them.
I know y'all don't eat them. I do, but something came across. Like I've been doing some investigation and it came across. So they saying that the birds got the bird flu, and then Jude keep texting me, "Don't eat that eggs, to friend. They got the bird flu, right?" So if the chickens got the bird flu,
Listen,
why are they selling us eggs? And why is eggs like $20? I'm trying to figure out. All right, so all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right,
excuse
all
me.
right, all right. Listen, chicken high, right? Chicken wings like $20 for food, right? So if they got bird flu and they sick and it's a shortage on them, okay, all right, I get that. So why are we? What? Um,
I
let's
don't
just
know.
okay. Let's just talk about food costs. Period. It ain't even just the eggs that's expensive. Have y'all been? All right, everybody up here grocery shop, right?
mm-hmm.
Everything high. It ain't even just the egg. Everything is expensive.
I'm ready to retire from grocery shopping. It's too expensive.
I'm like, yo, what? And I was like, okay, but I'm just trying to figure out. So if they got the bird flu, why we eating eggs?
You the only one eating them.
Yeah. The only eggs I had in my
I
fridge
just asked the
when
question. I ain't asked you if you gave longer of like.
hey, I buy eggs, but I don't eat them. The only eggs I had that I was selling on Facebook last night. Check out my Facebook post. I got them 2 for $5. The only reason I had them eggs is because I was cooking for someone, and because I don't eat eggs either. It's just the mouth feeling. When I eat them, I just get that I can't. I get a
I
real
mean,
side.
So I'm a little bougie. Can I speak on my bouginess? So
go ahead, pick on your
yeah,
bouginess.
so groceries ain't high for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a whole budget. I'm a BJ shopper. I'm a Sam's Club shopper.
Me too.
I'm a Costco shopper. Groceries is like my budget is $500 and I stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
$500 ain't what $500 of groceries used to be around this time
listen.
last year, though.
What I'm telling you is my diet is strict, so I don't deviate from my diet. So like eggs, I don't feel the effects. Rice, I don't feel the effects. I get cauliflower rice. So
I
it's
like
like
cauliflower rice.
yeah, so
That's
it's like certain things that the people be complaining like, oh my God, cereal hot. I don't eat cereal. I haven't eaten cereal in like 10, 15 years. So, and when I'm
I
thinking
like
is,
cereal.
and when I start looking at the prices on stuff, it's usually the shit that kill you that's high. Like I walked in the Safeway and Pop Tarts like $5, and I'm like, "Dad, y'all still eat Pop Tarts?" Like,
You eat Pop Tarts?
hell no,
I ain't
Oh,
ate Pop Tarts. I don't know.
hell no, I
really?
don't no.
No, but no, I think it's. I'm sorry, were you done? I'm friendly.
Yeah, I'm done.
So, and I feel like the healthy stuff is just as expensive. I'm with Rich. Go to the farmers market because that's where I find like stuff more affordable, or like the fresh markets. Now veggies and meats and stuff like that. Like I'm with you, like Sam's Club, all of those places. It's like that, but I'm still like what I would normally spend is still not the same as the prices. Prices are definitely increased, but I'm just looking like certain things. I'm like, why the fuck is it this? Now, that's yes, I do I eat eggs. I'm sorry. I'm back on that. And I'm
She mad at the birds.
but but I honestly eat a lot of like fruits, veggies, and stuff like that. Even fruits and veggies are have increased in price. I'm not going to
Look,
say it's like it hasn't increased like the eggs have, but there is an increase.
what I'm gonna tell
Everything
you,
has increased.
what I'm gonna tell you is come out to Owens Mills and come to this spot called the Produce Market.
Hmm.
Cheap, and they come straight from the farms around here.
Some of that
So
is like,
like so I had to do a whole bunch of research. So like I get my beef from a farm. I heard you. I get my beef from a farm. The only time I get my chicken is let's say if I go to Harvest Fair, I get like 5 boxes of chicken. I'm good. Um, I go to the seafood place that's in front of Harbor. Was it Harbor Hospital? So I still shop like my mother. So I still go to like if Lexington Market was still up, I still go there to get my a whole bulk of chicken. I still go there to get my seafood. So I think like we forgot how our grandparents shopped, and this is what I'm telling people. Like I think like we got used to going in and buying a whole bunch of junk shit, right? So now that the junk shit is high, everybody's like losing their shits because you Welch's grapefruit juice with 45 grams of sugar is like $10 and you upset, right? But not nobody talking about dang the price of chicken is high. They saying eggs. Well shit, if you eat enough eggs, you could die. So and I think that's what it is. Like people forgot like the farmers market they used to go downtown and you go there and you get your stuff, right? And then you come out here to like Burry Farms, and then there's another farm, and then there's another. I'm thinking about getting a whole cow. I might get have a meeting of the minds with some Baltimore people so we can go in together. And the cow huge. The man said he'll chop the whole cow up for me. So I think like being that my grandmother and grandpa from South Carolina, I'm so used to going to like slaughterhouses and getting meat and stuff like that. So I think like as a community, we forgot to do that. You know what I'm saying? Be able to just look at because I got farms out here. Like you might can find some cheap eggs out here.
Yeah.
You can get it fresh off the farm. Like you
Bosco,
just gotta
shut up. You in North Carolina. Talk about
You
damn.
might can find some place. A lot of farmers give eggs away for free.
yeah, because they don't want
They'll
them.
I'm
put
just so
they
because
put
they got
eggs
the
out.
bird flu.
Not
Well,
all of them got the bird
for
flu,
the
man.
listen, I have come to the conclusion that if I go, between there and tomorrow, it's most definitely the chicken took me out. Cause Coco, I may tell you not to eat the eggs, but I just had me 2 chicken breasts yesterday because that's what I had a taste for. And I'm pretty sure the macaroni and the sweet potatoes were made with an egg that I had. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the bird. But today is the bird flu. Tomorrow is salmonella. Then
Swan
it's
flu. Yeah.
E. coli, swine flu. You feel me? All the stuff is horrible. But we've known that for years when they start putting hormones in the chickens.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that this stuff when they start. What's the fish? What's the fish that they just that it's not even a fish. It's not natural. They made the fish in the
Oh,
lab. What fish is that?
tilapia.
Tilapia.
Yeah, there's no such thing as tilapia fish in the wild. Yeah.
You feel me? Like all I'm saying is they've been doing, things to everything, and with climate changing, which people ain't paying attention to, it's starting to affect the animals, starting to affect the way of living. They just showed us around Thanksgiving what human beings are doing to simple things like turkeys. Excuse me, in these factories. Imagine what I could just. I don't know. I like chicken. It's supposed to be in our nature because we black. And I
So
don't even really know how to eat
that is
it.
Because we
so
black.
Yeah, they say that's a
I'm
black
still
thing. They
stuck
say
on this.
black
I'm
people,
sorry, y'all.
black
Every since I
chicken,
seen that headline,
watermelon.
if it got bird flu, if they talking about all the chickens and all the eggs got bird flu,
Right.
why is they
Think
in
about
the
it.
markets? That's not.
Wait a minute, hold up, Coco. You ain't never seen Undercover Brother. Black people think that we the ones that like mayonnaise. I keep trying to tell them no. Real black people didn't eat mayonnaise. You feel me? We didn't eat mayonnaise. Remember, that's what they used the undercover brother to turn him to the black white man. You feel me? The mayonnaise. We don't eat it's chicken and watermelon. And if you're from Baltimore, it's crabs and onion pickles. You feel me? I'm just saying. All right, I'm sorry. That's my time. That's my time.
Well, okay, so speaking of bird flu,
What?
technology and manufacturing, while Paul collect himself.
I'm about to mute myself. Hold on.
No, I need you.
Yeah, mute
I think
yourself.
this
Mute
I think
yourself.
this one is mainly for you.
Mute yourself so we can hear Coco.
I never knew. I never knew that chicken.
Yeah.
I never knew. I never knew chicken was a black thing. Ooh, boy, boy.
All right, let's go. Moving on.
All
What's
right.
the next?
So
Oh,
with technology and everything going on, like we
Hold
just
on,
talked
Coco. We skipped one.
about.
We skipped discuss thoughts on Trump and Elon Musk not seeing eye to eye.
Oh, yeah. Then they can go into the album part.
Yeah. With me, mine's gonna be brief. You got two egos, two powerful egos clashing. That's all I can say.
I'm with you.
Okay, so he's not powerful. So Elon Musk ain't create shit.
Oh no, I mean
No, not even with the
ego
mind.
wise. Ego wise, I mean.
So this
Yeah.
is what's happening. He got a little bit of shine on the national stage, but Elon's still nobody. The reason why they clash and they've been clashed, Trump said, I like the guy. I don't like the guy, but I like his ideas. He told him that to his face. Like, I don't like the guy, I just like his ideas. But then when he found out that he didn't create Tesla, that kind of let him know he don't have no ideas. He muscled his way into Tesla and forced the two guys that created Tesla out. So now they not really clashing. He been told him he ain't like you. You just hanging around. You know what I'm saying? You hanging around because you can get some public spotlight. I'm done.
Who must
Okay,
be?
Mike, can I say something? Because I don't do this too often with you. Can I
uh,
get your attention for like 2 seconds?
What's up?
I really appreciated you tonight. You have been so like quick and precise to the point.
Oh yeah,
I
I got.
love this for you. What?
Thank
You
you.
don't do that all the time.
What'd you say? No, I mean, these topics I talk about in my house. So
Yeah.
No, but it's very direct to the point. Mike, you was on it tonight.
you're welcome.
So, my opinion on Trump and Muskie and their arguments is It's bound to happen. Rich people with rich people problems. He
Yeah.
probably thought he was going to get in because he was supporting Trump for whatever. And he, like everybody else, forgot who the fuck Trump is. He is Donald Trump all day, every day. He like we don't know what he gonna do. Like I mean, they start beefing soon as you feel me. Things start. He got in the office and started doing what he felt like doing. I mean, it was bound to happen. Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Don't nobody care about Muskie and Trumplet's argument. Don't nobody care.
I
You
keep
know.
telling people they. I didn't mean to cut you off, darling. Go ahead,
No,
finish up.
you are. That's it. I don't got nothing to say about them.
I keep saying people keep using that word narcissist. They use that word. I mean, left and right. But then, like I say, when they see it in action, they don't recognize it. Trump was about getting his money together, getting reelected. You want to be a big spender and big baller and all that good stuff. Throw your money out here, paying people $1 million and shit to vote and all that good stuff. Fine, I thank you. Come on up here and get your little spotlight. But don't come out here acting like you running and shit. This is my show. And hey, he let him know that. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You out here trying to get a little bit too much of the spotlight. Then you fucked up out here. Excuse my language. You done messed up out here throwing your high Hitler shit up. Trump ain't trying to be connected to that. He's out here trying to get his paper together and basically trying to get this shit back in order over here. Cause he wants to be loved. He don't want to be remembered for the summer gun that caused the resurrection. He's trying to make all that stuff go away. He wants to be loved. That's a narcissist. He's not going to apologize for nothing he does now. He's going to try to go about correcting things, but he's not going to apologize. I haven't heard him apologize about nothing yet. As a matter of fact, on the BBC today, I heard him say, hey, these people are going to take these people back to their country and they're going to enjoy it and be glad about it. That's what he said today. I mean, I don't have no problem with it. That's why I'm sitting back watching this, man. People are getting mad. All people are getting mad. Why? Everything that's being done is not going to affect us. It's not going to affect us.
Our people get mad because our people are not aware, because they insist on complaining, and not paying attention. Like I can't count how many people who I see saying this and saying that. I'm like, look, you knew. I knew when Biden was running, there was a chance Trump would win again. I knew it. You on mute, Mike. You moving your lips. Oh no, my bad. I see Mike's lips. I thought he's talking. I'm like, you're on mute, man. I can't hear you, man. Oh, okay. People are not aware. And with Facebook, people stay on Facebook so much they don't pay attention to what's going on. Like so many of our people now call out our people. They don't watch the news. They don't read this. They don't do that. They get all the information from Facebook. I say, turn on the news. True, a lot of shit on the news is bullshit, but there's always truth in everything. Watch Fox News. Watch a little CNN. Watch a little MSNBC.
BBC and some C-SPAN to tell you everything.
C-SPAN to tell you everything. C-SPAN got all that shit up to the minute. Nah, I don't watch that. Yeah, C-SPAN. Oh, C-SPAN is like up to the minute. You can't get no faster than C-SPAN. But our people won't do it. Our people don't. And this is why I attack the woke culture. Now there's some shit I agree, but this is why I attack the woke culture, because a lot of people who claim to be woke don't pay attention to what's actually going on. They're stuck in one thing. Like, dude, you gotta open up. The opposite. You gotta open up your mind and say, okay, what's going on? I gotta find out, because see, how did Muhammad Ali beat his opponents before he got into the ring? He got into their head. And I would say the reason why white people seem to always take our shit, not only because we give it to them, because they play our game and they get in. And we are in now. Like, look at hip hop back in the 90s. Well, I'll say I was there when it first started, before it even got outside of the Bronx, even my neighborhood, Edenwald Projects. We always, it was our thing. And the reason why New Yorkers always like, had the side eye with other people, like, no, y'all not doing it right. But when the 90s came along, what was her name? The one that was beefing with Tupac. When you look back at it now, her ass was right. Because
C. Dolores Tucker.
C. Dolores Tucker. They got in us and said they couldn't destroy us because we were like, in the 80s, we were like Black Power and all this shit. At Queen Latifah with Ladies First with her and Moni. Oh, we was into our shit. We was into our blackness going on. And then when NWA came around, after police, okay, this is what we're going through. But when we took the money and started dealing with them, they got in. And now you see how they try to whitewash hip hop? We don't use that same technique. I'm not doing what they do. You're not doing what they do to be like them. You're doing what they do so you can figure out what the hell they're doing. Because if you don't know what your enemy's doing, you damn sure kind of figure what you're doing. Period. And that's our problem. We don't think outside the box. We are so black that we don't think outside. Yeah, I'm telling you, black people. Rich, if you could put the camera on, please do. I'm only going to give 2 more minutes. We stay so black to where we only think one way. And I'm going to call out the black men this time. And I know a lot of black men go, ooh. But I'm going to call out the black men. We call ourselves kings. Kings are supposed to be leaders. But we are not teaching the other ones to be leaders. We teaching them to listen to what we do. That's it. Do it this way. Do it this way. And if you don't, you see it. Look at this guy. Who the hell is he? Rich in the building. But we want to be. We want things done our way. We don't want to see things. We don't open our heads. We don't open our minds. We don't expand. If you don't do it this way, you're seen as a Negropean or a sellout or Uncle Ruckus or whatever. So no, I'm trying to learn the game. I'm trying to beat the system. That's what I'm doing. What I'm doing. That's all I got to say. All right, Rich. Rich in the building. We only see him like once every 6 months, but he's here. What up? We only see him like once every 6 months. Now he ain't saying nothing. Look at
it looked like he frozen.
His mic not working.
His mic ain't working.
No, you ain't read the private chat. He just showing face.
Oh yeah.
He's gracing us with his presence. This next topic I'm going to introduce. However, I want to say something real quick. Next week, I really want to go back to something we have not done in a while, and I support some small businesses I just mentioned. So I really want to do that, but I want to do something a little different. If you comment or provide us your business information to mention, we would like for you to come up and talk about your business briefly for 2 to 3 minutes. This is the only time it will be done for free. We cannot do everything for you. So if you want the free promo, I think it's only fair that you are the best person to vocalize your own business. So that's that. Now, next topic is where do you see the future of technology headed? Is that it, Bosco?
Say again.
Is it where do we see technology headed? Is that I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being as though
how much we trust the government, but I think we already know.
Yeah.
But we do technology. Yeah.
That was it. Where do we see it going? Headed?
Yep.
And since Mike is in IT, I think it's only fair to start with you.
You talking to me? Talking to Mike?
Mike.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. I mean, what was the question? I was like,
So the next topic is like, where do you see like the future of technology headed?
The Terminator. So if you never watched the Terminators, that's where it's hit at. As of right now, a AI company in China just caused was it Navaria, the chip company?
Yeah.
They lose $8 million in one day?
No, it was more than that. It was like $1 billion.
It was like $8 billion in one day.
Yeah.
In the stock market. So let's be clear. Americans are stupid.
Yep.
point blank period. It's the most dumbest people I ever met in my life. Um, when it come to this technology shit, and black people are the dumbest. And because I talk to a lot of black people about technology, I can speak on this. So technology is hitting where if you work in a warehouse now, your ass ain't gonna have a job in about 2 years. If you in any type of customer service job, you're not gonna have a job. If you sitting down at McDonald's, you will not have a job. Amazon, you will not have a job. Um, it's something that people need to pay attention to. So that like this cloud shit is moving.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say it is, I'm going to get this Microsoft Network Engineering Cloud for Azure in 2 months. So this thing is growing legs. AI is taking over. Like you ain't even gonna need college. Um, Once they get those automated truck driving things down pat, where the shit when we start seeing vehicles self drive themselves, it's gonna be a big problem.
Mm-hmm. They're already
Um,
making the cars.
no, I mean they did it. I mean Elon did a test run and it failed because he ran into snow. But once he get that self driving technology put to the test, it's either us. It's a race between the United States and China doing a hell of a job. So you got Chinese cars that they banned that can't even come over here that self drive themselves, that fly and can float on water. So this is about to be technology is about to be where you're not. So here's a question: we as humans are not supposed to work until we die,
Nope.
and so people have made technology to where as though you won't have to work shit. The only person that gonna have to work is me, and I'm good with that. But yeah, they just did a self-sustaining data center that Microsoft no that Google drops in the ocean and it runs itself. So technology is about to be where if you're not technologically inclined and you haven't pushed at least one of your kids in the technology, you're gonna be doing bad because what they want to do is they want to start giving humans stipends. That's what they've been wanting to do since Wong, since the president of the Chinese dude was running. You're gonna get a cost of living stipend. So if you like thinking like,
Jetsons,
huh?
like on the Jetsons.
Yeah. No, not like on the jet, but you getting money not to work. They about to give you money not to work. Unless you in technology. You ain't have no business working. And this is the one thing that I kept trying to tell people, like, it's not like it's far away. 2030 will be here. We will still be alive. They testing when I say they testing everything right now, I can't even talk about what we doing at my job. But shit, even the government hopped on some shit. And I gotta take a few classes for that. So yeah, the military about to change. So it's about to get bad for a whole bunch of people that be like, "Oh, well, I work at the hospital. Don't you worry, you won't have a job soon." Yeah, I mean they about to get some trial run shit. Like in about 2 years, and John Hopkins and University of Maryland about to collab, where they about to shrink their workforce because having all the people in the hospital won't be needed. The first job that's gonna go is a janitor job. Like that's the most important job in the hospital is the janitor.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Everywhere.
that yeah
People don't like the claim.
yeah so when that's gone, when all the self services and all that, like right now, did y'all see when they got the selfless McDonald's? You put the order up, they make the burgers
Yep.
and all that, and they
I
deliver it to
saw
you.
that. Yeah.
And if you fly to California right now and you get off in LAX and you can go into a store where the person just standing there, when you shop, they automatically ring it up and you got to pay for your card and you leave. The Amazon store, you got to look it up. It has no people in there. Just got one guy in there just sitting down looking at you, and you can't leave unless you pay. Like the gates don't open. So they got one now out Chevy Chase, Maryland. So yeah, once all that get perfected, and the cloud gets solidified where it's secure, and they're working on that now. The both of the clouds. So you have 3 clouds. You got Google Cloud that ain't really moving. You got Microsoft Cloud that's really really big now, and you got Amazon Cloud that's like taking over. So you gotta everything, all your information and stuff is gonna be in the cloud.
Yep.
So you're about to get to where as though it
Everything
ain't
in the
even
cloud now.
it ain't even gonna be no need for jails. Like you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. This is what I like about Trump. So Trump is against EV vehicles, and I stand on that. I'm a gas man.
Me too.
Everybody who go, oh my God, I'm gonna get an electric vehicle. You don't understand. They can cut your vehicle off in the middle of the day by a click of a button. You done. You can't drive. Nothing.
Dude, they do it now with where they got the little thing on some
It's
cars
like
now.
a low
But they
jack.
cut your car off.
That's right. Cut your power off. GPS. They can find you. Satellite notify you. They don't even know that once you get when you get an EV car, they got their own VIN. You know what I'm saying? That's electronic. They cut your shit right off. Everybody running to get Teslas and all that crazy shit. Commit a crime if you want to. Oh yeah, it's a high speed up. You ain't high no speed no time soon. So I think like I don't know. I've been promoting this getting IT stuff for like almost 15, 16 years. So I employ everybody to take at least one class.
Yeah.
Get at least one certification. Find out exactly what's going on. If you need help, I'm here. I can put you to the right direction. You will be surprised the reason why your phones can get everybody in the world can get a message sent to their phone.
Remember
because the cloud is all connected.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember the one we had a few years ago?
You had one this year.
Yeah, me and
last year.
Phone, like watch it, boom. Yep, that thing. Everybody got it.
All you gotta do is start talking about something, and they keep pulling up what you was talking about.
That's what. Yeah, that's why it makes me laugh. I know we got to close the show. That's why it makes me laugh when people say, "Oh, they can't find me. I don't have my locator on." Lord, you got a battery in your phone. They can find you. Lord, you got a battery. That's your GPS. They know where you are. Like, you big dummy.
They can't find you with your locator without your camera.
They ain't got to do that. I can actually turn your. Never mind. You could be asleep.
Look, tell me after the show.
Okay.
All right, let's close this up. We had a good show today.
And make this a good call.
Thank you, Mike. That was really, really informative, though. Real shit.
Oh yeah,
Thank you. Thank
that
you.
I seen that, but that was like a couple of years ago. Where there's this drive up, thing come out, boom, boom, boom. Ain't nobody at the window.
Think about this. So this before I get off my soapbox. They fooled America. They fooled America with cashless payment. You'll never see money as long as you live.
Yeah. Before Boscoe take us out, thank y'all for bearing with me. Jude.
Right. I'm about to give him props. I'm about to give everybody the props. Give everybody props. Thank you for tuning in again. Once again, Casual Convo. So watch us every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. That's every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m. on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and of course, Facebook. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Jay Bear, Dion, what was that one early on? God, the doctor.
Kyle.
Seen Kyle in a while.
Dr. Kyle.
Dr. Kyle.
Shout out to my best friend, man.
Dr.
My
Kyle.
dog.
Kyle, your best friend?
Yeah.
We used to work together.
Yeah, that's my best friend, man.
Yeah, everybody watched us. Thank you to the mayor of Black Ash, King Paul, of course, the governor, Mike Taylor. Our guest, the Julicious Jude, myself, Boscoe from Rock. Rich, who showed up, didn't say nothing. He just wanted to show his face. He shows his face every 6 months. But that's our man. That's our engineer. And, of course, the host, Coco. Here you go, right here. He trying to show his face again.
Everybody.
The host, Coco.
We appreciate Rich, man.
She didn't go on injured reserve. She showed up for the game. So, hey, shouts out. Oh, you want to say something?
No, I said great show.
Oh, okay.
I'm back to be
But we out next week, y'all. Casual Convo Show. Check us out, man. Peace. And so.